Welcome, everybody, yet another episode of DoubleZTV, where you guys know me now, here on my show. I'm the champ. Deal the bitches. So before I quickly get to my review, I might as well make myself a reminder. Stay off social media from now on when pay-per-views are happening, otherwise people are gonna constantly spoil it for me, just like they did on YouTube and Instagram this whole time. Damn third shift. Alright, Wrestlemania 34 is in the books. It is delayed this review by a day because I wanted to get this all edited and everything. Not going to be the same exact level as WrestleMania 19, but I'm going to do my best. Let's break down how crazy this show went, because there were some moments that were great and then some that made you scratch your head and then scratch your balls and get infusion. Or if you don't have balls, it made you scratch your uterus. Something got scratched other than your head.
Wrestlemania.
Opening contest, we have the Triple Threat Intercontinental Championship match. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins versus The Miz. Triple Threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. It was crazy to see how these guys just made their entrances. The Miz decided to do this match alone, which I gotta finally give him props for. It's like, yeah, finally, do something on your own. Finn Balor coming up with the rainbow colors for his logo. Kind of weird. Maybe this is a whole little play on the whole rumors that WWE wanted to make him gay. So it's like, hey, you got gay pride, even though in real life he's not gay. He's with Kathy Kelly, you lucky son of a bitch. And Seth Rollins comes out with blue contact lenses with a whole burning, chilling type of feel during his entrance after you hear, "Burn it down!" Great choice there. This match overall was actually a great start to the show. This is a rare time where The Miz is involved in an actual great match. Especially seeing how he's average in the ring. I mean, be honest, folks. He's average in the ring at best. Right off the bat, you saw a few roll-up attempts, like, constantly back and forth throughout the beginning of the match, kind of get the crowd hyped up. You saw Finn actually get a tope senton early on to The Miz and Seth Rollins at ringside, so that was a nice move to try to get that crowd up and get them excited. It's like, hey, high spot! A bit later on, The Miz tries going for a superplex on Finn, but Seth catches him, drops him into a buckle bomb into the corner, which may have messed up his back, because you saw a bit of a mark later during the match, but that remains to be seen. And gets a superplex and tries to go for a Falcon Arrow combo onto Finn Balor, but that Falcon Arrow is countered into a small package for the near fall, and then of course the skull-crushing finale to Seth Rollins does not get the job done. Now, I gotta give props to the way the ending parts of the match goes. Miz prevents the coup de grace. Seth Rollins also prevents an Avalanche 1916, which is that lifting reverse DDT. And Seth tries to go for a springboard move, probably a springboard Frankenstein, but Miz counters him midair with a big avalanche skull-crushing finale. So, finally, Miz, you did something new for once after all these years. Finn tries to get more momentum, gets a sling blade, drop kick to the corner, and coup de grace combo onto The Miz, trying to get the cover, but then Seth Rollins just jumps in with the curb stomp / blackout to Finn Balor onto the back of Miz. Afterwards, you see the curb stomp to The Miz. Seth Rollins pins The Miz and becomes the brand new Intercontinental Champion. But they make another error on commentary saying it's the only title that Seth Rollins has not held. What about the Universal Championship? But overall, this was a great start to the show. 4 out of 5 stars. There were no dead spots really in the match. You just kept seeing things progress over and over. Crazy finish, so great way to start the show. But now my big question is, how long until they put the fucking Intercontinental Championship back on The Miz? I guarantee you it's going to happen at some point or another, because that's all they do with the guy. When in doubt, Intercontinental Champion. Right for controversy? Match number 2. Charlotte Flair defends the SmackDown Women's Championship against Asuka. The undefeated Asuka, who at this point was undefeated for 914 days, and won the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match to get this title shot against Charlotte Flair. Now, this is going to be hard to review because they did well with this match, but the finish was shocking as hell. One of the sequences I did like, you saw Charlotte try to go for a moonsault and gets caught right into the triangle choke upon landing right into Asuka's pussy. Too bad you couldn't get a good whiff, could you, Charlotte? One of the nasty spots, Asuka ended up getting a suplex off the apron to Charlotte onto the floor. Have fun with your chiropractor appointment. Now, I don't know how they got this spot done, but Asuka was stopped on the top rope and you saw an awesome Spanish fly by Charlotte to Asuka off the top rope. Awesome cooperation right there. At the end, Asuka goes for the Asuka lock, gets rolled into a pinning attempt by Charlotte, spear for a near fall, and then all of a sudden into a highly bridging elevated figure 8. Asuka taps out, and everybody is shocked. Because now for the second time you have WrestleMania in freaking New Orleans, and you have a streak end. Even though this felt a little anticlimactic, because it's like, out of nowhere, Asuka loses. It was a pretty good overall match. You had some good interaction there. They gelled pretty well. And like I said, that finish was just, like, out of nowhere. I had to give it, like, 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was pretty good, but not the best thing all around. And it's a surprising finish. So, there you go. Now, right before we can get on to the next match, the referee is talking to John Cena, who's sitting there as a fan. Yay, WrestleMania! But then he tells Cena, he's here. So he must be talking about Dead Man. Now, here comes a shockingly disappointing match. The Fatal 4-Way United States Championship match. Randy Orton defending his championship against Jinder Taj Mahal, Rusev on Rusev Day, and Bobby Roode. Now, it's pretty much, I gotta give props to Rusev because he really decided to shine on this match. Even though this match was pretty lackluster. I mean, one of the great spots, I don't know if we ever seen Rusev do this, but he did a running apron cannonball off the apron. I think it's usually one of those moves you would see Mick Foley do as Mankind back in the day to Randy Orton and Mahal on the outside. So, props to Rusev. We know he's athletic, but I didn't think he had a whole thing, was able to do a running cannonball off an apron like that. You also saw a 3 RKO Rampage, as we saw an RKO to 8 in English, Rusev, and then Jinder Mahal, but then Roode breaks that up. And while Rusev is just going nuts on Jinder, all of a sudden you hear, Rusev Day! And like, you have the crowd just going absolutely ape shit for Rusev. Then again, who can blame him? It's Rusev Day, damn it! So right at the end, it's down to Rusev and Jinder Mahal. Jinder slips out of the accolade. Sunil, the non-injured member of the Singh brothers, is on the apron, gets hit with a kick off to knock him off the apron, and then the Colossus out of nowhere by Jinder and Rusev, and Jinder's the United States champion. Why? I mean, there have been rumors that Rusev was put in this match as a way to try to persuade him to not fully go with his requested release from the company. I'm hoping this is not a way of punishment. It's like saying, yeah, you get your WrestleMania match, but because you threatened, you wanted to leave the company, you're taking the pinfall, damn it. But this match just fell short. I mean, I look at this time, it was like around 8 minutes, one of the shorter matches of the night, and this match just, it felt like it could have done a lot better, but nothing really to note, except for Rusev being the VIP of the match, and getting pinned was just shocking, like, that's a bad decision for the pinfall, especially seeing how over Rusev is. We love Rusev! But I still give it about 2.25 stars. Like I said, it was meh. Just didn't live up to the expectations. Alright, match number 4. A match we've been waiting for. The mixed tag team match of Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Ron and Kurt never really having special entrances, but Triple H and Stephanie coming down on motorcycles. So a little play off of what happened the last time we saw them make entrances at WrestleMania. And a few notes that they got here are, this is Stephanie's WrestleMania in-ring debut after all of these years. Wow. Taking you this long to have a match on the grandest stage of them all. And also, this is Kurt Angle's first WrestleMania match in about 12 years, and if you look on the WWE's YouTube channel, they have the fully uploaded WrestleMania 22 Triple Threat match. If you listen to commentary during Randy Orton's entrance, you hear Chris Benoit's name. I'm not kidding you. And also, a good moment here, Ronda coming out dressed like Roddy Piper with a mini skirt like kilt and plaid, wearing the jacket and everything, having Rowdy on the t-shirt, so good tribute. Now, I gotta say, Ronda did better than I expected during this match. Like, I did not expect a whole lot from her, and yet she blew me away. Like, her getting freaking tagged in was just awesome. She went one-on-one with Triple H, just constantly pounding him with lefts and rights into the corner. Went for a freaking armbar on him, and he was squirming all around. She even had Triple H on her shoulders. You don't expect that from Ronda, to be able to lift a man the size of Triple H on her shoulders. And the finish, we have been waiting all these years for more and more and more Sweet Karma to hit Stephanie right in the face. Right at the end, Stephanie tries to go for a pedigree. Ronda blocks it by reversing almost into a sunset flipped attempt by Stephanie, but then rolls through, tries locking the armbar. Stephanie is just like, you got this dramatic moment. She is trying so hard to keep her grasp. She's like, no. And Ronda's just looking down like, you're done for. Gets the arms pried apart, yanks right into the armbar, and Stephanie taps out. Yes! Yes! Finally! But I have a feeling this probably means this is a way to write her off TV, because we saw a reason for her to get written off TV the last couple years. 32, you saw her get speared by Roman Reigns, and then last year she went through a table. And I think this is usually around the time Triple H and Stephanie take time off away from the company to go on vacation, so enjoy your vacation, Stephanie, but you still got your ass kicked. 4 out of 5 stars, better than expected. No joke. Congrats to Ronda. Why do I have a feeling she was training longer than what we believe? Because it's hard to believe she could only be training for the last few months and actually do this well in a match. Okay, match number 5. The Usos defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against New Day, being Kofi Kingston and Big E, against the Bludgeon Brothers, Rowan and Harper. Finally, after all these years, the freaking Usos get their first match on the main card of WrestleMania. They've had every chance since WrestleMania 27, because they debuted not so long after WrestleMania 26, but it takes till now for them to finally get a match on the main card. 50 shades of fucked up there. It lasted less than 6 minutes. It was just a prolonged beatdown, mainly by the freaking Bludgeon Brothers. Everybody knew that the Bludgeon Brothers suddenly became a threat, but they still asserted their dominance no matter what came their way, as they just freaking destroyed New Day and the Usos back and forth. At the end, Kofi takes like a gigantic couple of power bombs, and the Bludgeon Brothers are the new tag team champions. Holy crap, what destruction. Out of 5 stars, I'm giving this like a 2. It was a short match, but it fit. Bludgeon Brothers looked amazingly strong. The match did not need to last long to put a point across. And of course, Xavier even took a freaking big bump when he got nailed with a powerbomb on the outside into the freaking post. So, congrats to Rowan and Harper. And finally, Rowan's got his first championship. Took forever. So, this was something that WWE really kept under wraps because we did not know what was going on. Everything involving John Cena at WrestleMania came down to the ring and like nothing happens. Goes up onto the ramp and suddenly the lights go out. But then they come back on and out comes Elias playing his guitar. And I swore that beginning of his freaking song that he's playing on guitar sounded a lot like the opening to the song House of the Rising Sun by the Animals. Listen and tell me if it sounds familiar. See? Similarities. And it's a good song choice. So after Cena decides to go over the barricade and then just come back, he hits his 5 moves of doom on Elias, goes up the rampway again, and then all of a sudden the lights go out, and there's a spotlight in the ring. It's Undertaker's full lit up attire, which gets struck by lightning, lights go out, turn back on, the stuff is gone. And then, gong! Here comes the dead man. Finally, we've been waiting forever to see these two go one-on-one yet again. The first time that they have gone one-on-one in about 11 and a half years. In fact, I think it's been exactly 11 and a half years because their last match was October 9, 2006 edition of Raw. And finally, we see these two go one-on-one. And this, I freaking checked the time so far from my calculations. This is like John Cena's second shortest pay-per-view match of all time. The shortest, of course, was from Elimination Chamber 2010 when he lost to Batista. And the other shortest than that, like that this match is between, was also a 6-man tag team match from Judgment Day 2003. So, wow. This match lasted less than 3 minutes. Cena barely got any offense. He got like one back suplex, which was supposed to be like that protobomb. But instead, Undertaker just kicked his ass. Freaking leaping clothesline, old school, corner clothesline, snake eyes, big boot, and leg drop. Freaking Cena tries to bounce off the ropes to get ready for the 5-knuckle shuffle, but Undertaker sets up, and Cena just jumps just like he did at WrestleMania 30 when Bray Wyatt freaking did the spider walk, pretty much at the same spot. Chokeslam on Cena, tombstone, and Undertaker is 24-2 at WrestleMania. This is like I think this may be a bigger squash than what we saw Brock Lesnar do, because Brock Lesnar did not freaking quickly try to decimate John Cena. SummerSlam 2014, Undertaker got it done in less than 3 minutes. But then we also remember Cena kind of got excited because during the last pinfall, Cena, I know you were excited to potentially face The Undertaker, but I didn't think you were that excited seeing where your face is located during that. But also, no rating on that squash match. Let's move on. And then, of course, you saw the whole WWE Hall of Fame class of 2018. It seems like the only member was missing was Kid Rock, which I thought we could have seen on stage, like if they wanted to do maybe the American Badass for The Undertaker, but that didn't happen, so no Kid Rock at WrestleMania. But then we move on to match number 7, the tag team match, Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. If Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win, they're rehired. If not, they stay fired, and this is Daniel Bryan's first official match since freaking April of 2015. I was skeptical about this, but I gotta give props for Daniel Bryan on this one, because when he was doing those running corner drop kicks, he did the smart decision. Instead of doing what he did when he announced he got medically cleared and landing on his shoulder and risking his head, he landed on his feet. So it's like, yep, he's being smarter. So props to Daniel. That's what I was completely worried about when I made my video about the whole thing, saying he shouldn't return to the ring, because he could probably be as dangerous as he was before and not really caring for his safety. Now it seems like, hey, he's getting a little smarter, but we still got to see how things go. Automatic sneak attack right off the start with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn attacking both men behind. Daniel Bryan get hit with a running haluva kick on the floor and then an apron powerbomb. So they tried doing that whole injury angle right off the start. Now the match, it was still pretty good, but I feel like it was kind of hindered a little bit because Shane had a legit hernia going into this match. But he still did his best, especially like when he had Sami upside down for the Tree of Woe and then still hit a corner to corner, coast to coast. So that was a good move there. Daniel finally gets in, starts doing his comeback sequence and everything, drop kicks and all that stuff. At the end, it is down to Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn ends up taking the kicks, the knee, yes lock, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn lose. Daniel Bryan wins once again. Like, the crowd was just eating this whole thing up. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Pretty good match, and then afterwards, Daniel kissing Brie, who was in the front row. Great moment there. But we still got to see what's going to be next for Daniel. Like, what's really next for him to do. Alright, folks, match number 8. Alexa Bliss defending the Raw Women's Championship against Nia Jax. Last year, she was defending the SmackDown Women's Championship, and we know how that turned out. These two told a nice story right off the bat. Nia decides, take out Mickie James, and he hits a nasty Samoan drop on the floor. Oh, poor Mickie. One of the best moments right off the start of the match, Alexa slaps Nia. Nia freaking brushes the hair off her face. She screams in intimidation to Alexa, and then right about the same time, Alexa screams at her. After Nia finally starts going wild on Alexa, you even see her do a couple of Alabama slams. Freaking hits a nasty one at the end, gets Alexa onto her shoulders, avalanche Samoan drop, and Nia wins her first championship. Bravo to Nia, you got your WrestleMania moment, especially after last year when it almost felt a bit like what we saw Big Show go through at WrestleMania 16. 2.25 star, nice story being told, especially because it's like best friends splitting up and everything. But now that is 2 WrestleManias in a row where Alexa lost 2 different championships. Give Alexa her moment, please. Alright, a match that did not quite live up to the hype. AJ Styles defending the WWE Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. A couple notes in here. During the hype package, you had photos of AJ Styles when he was in TNA. That is a shocker right there. I mean, I know they're going to start doing footage when they include some of the WWE 24 videos and everything on the WWE Network. I didn't think they would actually have the ability to get those photos from TNA and then use them in WWE's footage. So maybe those whole rumors of WWE getting the video library for videos and everything actually took place. You never know. Oh yeah, then we gotta remember during AJ's entrance, they screwed up by saying AJ was the Universal Champion. Now this match, I gotta say, like I said, was disappointing. It was pretty good, but not at the level of what we kind of saw back at Wrestle Kingdom. I believe it was 10. Like the first half to 3/4 of the match really kind of felt slow, nothing really special. You saw Shinsuke kind of have problems with his left knee, which AJ exploited and everything, like with the calf crusher and everything. Later on in the match, that's when they really started to pick up. Shinsuke tries to hit AJ when he's on the top rope. AJ gets out of the way, and Shinsuke bashes his left knee onto the top turnbuckle, hits a phenomenal forearm for 2, tries going for the springboard 450, but Shinsuke lifts up his knees, which are hurt, to counter out of that move. Right at the end, Shinsuke tries to go for what they keep calling a reverse explorer, which is really an inverted power slam. There's a difference there. AJ ends up rolling through the King shots attempt right into a Styles Clash and retains the championship. So 3.5 out of 5 stars, like I said, it was pretty good, but did not live up to all the hype that we have been waiting for. But it was a good finish, and plus they didn't do the whole thing where the Styles Clash is freaking kicked out of, so you did go with the Styles Clash. Afterwards, you have a hug out of respect. Shinsuke is on it, bowing down to AJ, handing him the title. And then, boom! Shinsuke heel turn. And they actually successfully did it. This was a heel turn where crowd was just not freaking cheering somebody for turning heel. They actually booed him. In fact, he had a sign that freaking said, "Boo this man." Okay, boo. I mean, Shinsuke just afterwards he hit the freaking low blow on AJ, stomping him like mad, and then Kinshasa on the floor. Quite the swerve, but now this means both male and female Royal Rumble match winners lost in their title match guarantee. So, wow. Pretty shocking there. But I don't care what people say. This is not the end of their careers. Maybe they got plans. I mean, seeing Shinsuke turn heel? Let's see what they're going to do with him. Maybe they can do something interesting here. Ready for more controversial moments? The Bar taking on Braun Strowman and a mystery tag team partner. We've been wondering this whole time, who is Braun going to team with? There were rumors that it was going to be Rey Mysterio or maybe Bobby Lashley. No, Braun decides to go out to the crowd and finds a kid named Nicholas and teams up with him. He's a young kid, so Braun is teaming with a kid to go for the tag team titles. Like, Braun was doing a lot of the offense. The kid was literally in the ring for probably like 10 seconds or so, going face to face with Cesaro, and he's like, nope, quickly tagged right back out to Braun, and the crowd was just going nuts when they saw the kid get tagged in and everything. It's like, yes. I mean, if they want to do something epic, have Cesaro swing the kid. That would have been freaking awesome to see him do. But Braun is tagged back in, gets that shoulder power slam. It is over. Braun Strowman and this kid named Nicholas are the new Raw Tag Team Champions, which means this kid is the youngest ever champion in WWE history, maybe wrestling history. Who knows? And I think everybody was wondering who this kid was. Like, I'm sure myself and a handful of people thought maybe it's a Make-A-Wish kid. Like, oh, it's just this kid put in this match to make him dream come true. No, he's actually the son of referee John Cone. Who would have known? But no rating on this one. Like, this is bizarre. Alright, main event time. Brock Lesnar defending the Universal Championship against Roman Reigns. Now, we all thought, leading into this, Roman was going to win and Brock was going to permanently leave WWE to go back to UFC. And the crowd was just crapping all over the match saying, this is awful, CM Punk chants, delete, 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 delete. Like, most of this match you saw either German suplexes, overhead belly suplexes, or F5s from Lesnar. And then Braun and freaking Roman, just constant freaking spears and Superman punches. It's like, you can't have a proper match if you're just going to keep doing a couple signature moves and a finisher over and over and over and over in the match. And they did not do the F5 really any favors. Because, like, during this match, like I said, you saw the overhead German suplexes, or belly suplexes, the German suplexes, the Superman punches, the spears, even one that went over one of the announce tables. And freaking Roman got hit with an F5 through one of the announce tables, but the crowd didn't care. And then we saw a bit of a repeat from what we saw from SummerSlam against Randy Orton. Elbows, boom, boom. Roman is bleeding. And it was a nice addition to see Roman bleeding because then he got that aggression into him. I mean, look at this. This was actually a cool thing to see on Roman. Then he tries to go for a freaking spear, gets caught. A sixth F5 in a match puts down Roman. It took less F5s to take down The Undertaker to end the streak in that very same freaking city 4 years ago. It took less F5s to put the end of Roman Reigns back this past SummerSlam in the multi-man, like, 5 or 6 pack challenge or whatever it was. Yet it takes 6 of them to put down Roman now. You're not doing the F5 any favors by having to deliver the move that many times to put somebody down. You can't call something a finisher if it doesn't finish the match 9 out of 10 times. I don't care if they're trying to draw drama with these near falls. Doing it with finishers like this over and over and over and over and over again is not going to get the job done. I think out of 5 stars, let me quickly check my notes, I give it about 2 at the best. I mean, they kind of tried, but that match just did not fully work. And if there are still rumors of what they're doing with Brock Lesnar after this, please, Brock, if you give a damn about anything involving the business, do something besides suplexes. This whole Suplex City thing has been going on for 3.5 years. It's run its course. Do something else because you are not proving your worth if you're just doing the same thing in every single match, pretty much in a lazy style. Honestly. So, long show. 5 hours. 11 matches on the main card. Out of 10. It's hard to grade because, like I said, opening delivered. SmackDown Women's match was pretty good. The U.S. title match, not really that memorable. Mixed tag team match was great. You had a short freaking triple threat tag team match. Cena Undertaker's shocking squash. Pretty good tag team match with Daniel Bryan in-ring return. Nia Jax having her moment. Styles Shinsuke under-delivered, but was still pretty good. You had the odd tag team match with the Raw tag team titles, and then Lesnar and Lesnar Reigns, which really they could have done better. They did what they could. Out of 10, I'd have to give it like 6.25 out of 10. Really, it's a little better than what we saw at WrestleMania 32, but it doesn't live up to what happened at like WrestleMania 30 or 31, or I think 33 might have been a little bit better than this. But it's like this show, you had its moments and everything, but it's nothing we're going to remember down the line. I mean, I'm still going to get it on DVD, but really, it's not going to be a WrestleMania I'm going to be dying to freaking rewatch. And plus, I'll have it on my hard drive anyway. But let me know you guys saw WrestleMania 34 in the comment section below. And I'll see y'all later. I need a rest. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. See ya. Jameis spoken bitches.